Hi, I'm Stephen. I'm a late diagnosed autistic adult. I'm also a clinician and I diagnose autistic adults for a job. I wanted today to talk about what directly happens after a autism diagnosis and how the immediate advice I give to people after we tell people that they are autistic. The immediate response can be varied depending whether the person comes for an assessment and most definitely knows they are autistic anyway, or for some people it can be a complete revelation and surprise to them and they are unaware. The first things I say as part of my script, because of course I am autistic, and I follow this, is that it's your autism to own. Everyone responds differently, and there is no set way that you should or shouldn't respond. After the autistic diagnostic assessment, you will feel tired. You will be quite exhausted, and that is quite natural. If you come for a morning appointment, then you will be tired for the rest of the day, and if you come for an afternoon, you will be tired again on the evening. This tiredness and exhaustion can last for more than a day. It can last for several days, and don't be surprised if you're wondering why you are tired. It may be that you haven't done as much talking or social interactions because you've probably been avoiding it. So don't be surprised about that. The other thing about getting a diagnosis is that you don't have to go out and tell everyone. You don't have to put an article in the paper or post on social media or anything like that. And it's up to you who you want to tell at what point. And that's different for different people, depending how whether you trust people. If you've got telling family members can be and friends can be challenging. Although most of the people who know you well, you'd be surprised when you tell people that their reaction will be, of course, you've got a diagnosis. We knew that already. So that it might not be surprising to many people. The other thing I say is, as I say, your diagnosis and your autism is yours to own, and just don't rush out and Google everything and throw yourself into the autistic community. If you don't want to, I would always say take your time, let it settle. It's something and nothing, as in something as it creates the identity for you, but nothing because you are the same person who has just had your assessment. So please be aware of that as well. I always say it's like water soaking into a sponge. So please be aware of that as well. There is a whole autistic community out there waiting for you and lots of resources for you to look at, and you can just take your time on that, and everyone goes at a different pace. The other thing that is quite common is what's called impostor syndrome. This is where you finish your assessment and you are, oh yes, I am autistic, but am I really? Because I can do that. You start questioning it. And this is something that can go on for weeks, months, quite a long time. And this is quite common. It's because many autistic people, especially late diagnosed, have been masking for a long time and have gained some quite considerable skills sometimes in being able to interact. But I would say, well, what effort does that take? How exhausting is it to be autistic in a neurotypical world? So please be aware of that. That will settle down. For me, it was certainly a few months, and I still get periods of imposter syndrome. I'm even having one now. I'm even having one now doing this video. And many people really struggle. I think after they have received a diagnosis, the brain will take us back to the past and trying to work out, well, what went on really. This can be quite negative in some ways because you are grieving about the past and you can have some low mood associated with it. And you can't change the past. Sometimes it's useful to say it wasn't my fault. There's some situations that you might have been in. So that can be useful, but to dwell on the past and keep dwelling on the past isn't particularly helpful, and it's good to look forward into the future. And getting a diagnosis, many people will look back on it, and I do, it's a very positive experience, a positive outcome to have. So let the diagnosis settle. There are communities out there for you to engage as and when you are ready to do that. And your mind will probably be going racing, and lots of things will pop into it. But to let that settle and look after yourself as well. Many people are very people-pleasing and don't always, they know they should, don't always get their emotional, mental regulation well, really. If you have got social contact and everything, you will need some time to recover from that to stop autistic burnout or shutdown. So please be aware of that and look after yourself. I can't find another word for it. You are on what's called what people will describe as a journey. If you think of another word, a pathway to after diagnosis, and depending where you live and may depend on what support is available for you. And I hope that there is some for you. Look after yourself, and it's a good thing. I'm very positive. It's a good thing getting a diagnosis. So congratulations. Take care. Bye.